This room is where we have all of the twisty puzzles. The first thing you notice when you come in here is this very large table. It's a bit of a mess right now, but this is my workspace. And when I get puzzles that have fallen apart or need stickering, they get done in this room, right here on this table. Over here, the first batch of puzzles you see as you walk through the room are Meffert's puzzles. And this is most of the entire collection. I have a couple pieces that are in the repair shop, but otherwise we own all of the Meffert's puzzles that have been produced to date. As we come over this way, we find another number of puzzles that are made by different companies in China. So the very top row, these are Berry puzzles. They're from Leslie Lee. And there are some missing, but they're getting stickered. They're in that box. Then we have 3x3s, the ones that I managed to send to the States that have different color patterns on them. Here we have a number of different 3x3s and 2x2s from different companies, but all of these puzzles on this shelf are made in China. So here are a number of different shapes. These all shape shift in some way or another. We move down here, we've got Cube for You puzzles down in here, puzzles by companies that no longer exist. So this set has been here, these have been around for a long time. As we move further on, what we can see on the very top row up here are the larger order Rubik's Cube type puzzles. So that one goes from 8x8 up to the 17x17. The next two rows are puzzles that are made in the former Soviet Union. So these are quite old. They're all from before, the early 1980s. The next 4 rows, 4.5 rows, 5 rows, are puzzles that are made by Diane. And you'll notice that quite a few of them are signed. It was when we were all hanging out together and going to puzzle parties together, he would sign them and give them to me. The bottom rows are puzzles that are made by MF8 from Mr. Falk. And one thing that we have that's very special is this one right here. Mr. Falk signed that for me. It's the only signed puzzle that he has ever done. So as we move over, the next column of puzzles that we have, the top 2.5 rows are done by Witteden, and then the next 2.5, this half and these 2 rows are done by Smaz or Michael Lee. All of the puzzles that are done by Smaz, those are custom puzzles that he made specifically for me. And there are a couple of puzzles on here, the church, this one, that he's never made for anyone else. I have the original time machine right here. This is the one that's got the screws in it. So it's a very, very old puzzle. And here's the original time machine core, the very first one that he made. And then moving down, we go into Calvin puzzles. So these are, Calvin's putting out a lot of puzzles. I'm running out of space for his. Coming over this way, we have the Rubik's Cubes. And these are all official puzzles, official Rubik's puzzles up until this shelf. And then we move down, and these are another number of puzzles that are on that same vein. Here you'll find some original Dodgex. I've got 3 different versions of the Alexander Star in here. A number of different sliding tile puzzles in there as well. Coming over this way, we have what I would call moving beads and moving tiles. And the bottom row is full of diamond puzzles. You'll also notice here is a set of puzzles that was signed by Mr. Verdes, because I was doing some help for them many years ago when they were first starting. The next column here, we have all of my shapes and heads and character puzzles. I would have to say, arguably, this is probably the largest collection of these anywhere. Yes, I am missing 1 or 2, but I think I probably have more. Anyway, and then we move on to my balls. We have big balls and we have small balls. We have the world right here. These have, no 2 puzzles in this collection are the same. So there are puzzle collections out there that purport to be much larger, and I am sure that they are. But in this room, you will only find one of each type of puzzle. There are no duplicates as far as color is concerned. Everything is unique, with the exception of the shapes and the heads. There, you'll notice I've got a number of different gold ingots and my hearts and my stars. I have all of those, but those are the only ones that we have that are the same colors. Over here we have more of the balls. And this column here, this very large column, these are all Chinese puzzles that most of them are knockoffs, but they're different shapes, and I thought that they would be better put off by themselves in some way. We have very large dodecahedrons, a purse, pencil bag, the soda containers, my collection of annual tangles. Now, as I collect more puzzles, these will find another home somewhere else. Right now, they're doing fine just there. Over here on this counter space, all of these puzzles are custom puzzles. So they're puzzles that either people made for me and sent to me, or they're puzzles that I really liked and I went out and bought these puzzles. The other thing that we have on here is, well, I've got three very unique puzzles on here. First of all, this one that's scrambled up, George made, and this is his son Joe. When he gets his workshop up and running, he's going to start making death mask puzzles, I guess. And then we have the original Qigong ball. I know it's a Mefford, I know it's not custom, but these puzzles over here are my favorite. And then we have the Space Massager, which Uwe made for me on my 50th birthday, as he promised he would. You'll notice at the top, I've got all of Dave Litwin's Elemental series puzzles up here, and each one of these puzzles on this shelf are unique in one way or another.